Virginia Tech shootings, and the people came in, and it turns out they knew my uncle.
And they what?
Like, they knew my uncle, like they lived across my uncle's house and just
Interesting.
funny. Small world kind of stuff. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not much like. It's not. Yeah, I'm in high school, so I have to get forms signed.
Oh, you're a dual enrollment?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, it's like the senior project.
What's your senior project on?
Not senior project. Senior field trip. But I don't want to go. I just want the T-shirt.
Senior field trip. What school do you go to?
Northside.
Okay.
With Marissa.
With Marissa?
Yeah. She's a senior. She goes to Northside.
Who's Marissa?
Danny's girlfriend.
Who?
Daniel. Treadstone.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Whew. I didn't grasp it.
You weren't there.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't with you. Alright, so what are we looking at?
We've had the thing. Is this the thing? Is it? It is the thing. Okay.
You got to be more specific than the thing.
I have to think to myself before I So, we took the practice test today, and for the most part, I understood most of it. Understood that.
What is that?
Oh, it's just,
Thank you for having a book. All of the people who I tutor for college algebra don't have books.
no, that's, they need tutoring in life for a reason, okay? It was just finding the degree and meeting coefficient.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So,
That should be pretty
that's
easy.
that, and then,
So you foiled it and then did.
and then I think
Why did you say the leading? Oh, never mind.
that was end
Never mind.
behavior.
I got it. Oh, and behavior, yeah.
That was, yeah, end behavior, and then finding the vertex,
And
And
max and min and
intercepts.
intercepts.
and then finding the equation. I had to do all of it for the most part. I was really excited that I could.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so finding the zeros in the polynomial. This one sucked because you had to do the freaking quadratic formula because it wouldn't factor out.
This guy?
Yeah. So, because me and my friend kept on trying to factor it out, and we're like, this doesn't make sense. And so it's just the quadratic formula. So I hate that. And then, yeah. Oh.
But you used the quadratic formula and you got your answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My professor did. And then
Wait, what?
I was just like, hey, so.
Was this the same class today?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like, oh, and you just write it all down really fast. Okay. And then he said, do odd or even for multiplicities. Because, okay, basically he said, like, okay, on this,
Mm-hmm.
so it touches here and it touches here. So you know it's 2 and you know it's like 1/2. But you don't know if you know it's an odd multiplicity because it passes through, and you know it's an even multiplicity because it bumps. But you have no way of knowing if it's like 5 or 3 or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, something like that. So we just said do, for the multiplicity, you just say even or odd.
Okay.
And then I think I got 10.
Well, you wrote a question mark to 11, so.
Oh, 11 was, yeah. So, I didn't, okay, like, I work backwards. So this would be, you're like, just
Is this
regular
11?
number. Yeah,
Okay.
no, this is 12. But like, he explained, I didn't know that when you do synthetic division and you're doing this, that you do it one less than the quotient. So like, for the problem, it started out with 1x to the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But you do the exponent one less.
X third.
Yeah, you
Yes.
start with the third, which I
And what was your
haven't
factor?
been doing for a while. It was.
Your factor was x minus 2?
Mhm.
Okay. So your factor is 2. You have 1 here. 1
So
times 2
really,
is
that's
2.
supposed to be Because in the back of the book, this said that was just 14. And I was like, how is that just 14? Just is. So,
Yeah.
got that right. And then I think that's about it.
Okay, then what's this over here?
Oh, this is just that.
This is the same thing with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you got that too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because for this one, it has no things. You
Yeah,
just
so you know it's a factor.
automatically.
Yeah, so that's just a factor. If it's not 0, then it's not a factor.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
So did he make you find the factors for this?
What do you mean?
So like, you ended up with, you know, x cubed plus 2x squared plus 7x plus 14 and then 24 remainder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that the end of the problem for him? He just wanted you to know if it was or was not a factor.
It just says on here, it says use synthetic division to find the quotient. If the divisor is a factor, write the factor form.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he doesn't care. He doesn't want you to figure out the actual factors. He just wants you to know if that one is a factor or not.
Mm-hmm. So what do I do if you wanted me to find the actual factors?
So you've gotten to this point where you have x minus 2. I didn't write x. You have x minus 2, and then you have x cubed plus 2x squared plus 7x plus 14, and then 24 remainder, and then plus 24. So there's a really long thing. This is a tough one, because what you would have to do first, you would combine the last two.
Mm-hmm.
So you have x cubed plus 20 plus 2x squared plus 7x plus 38.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to do synthetic division again on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you do synthetic division again. You have. Ooh, he probably wouldn't give this to you, because this would be really hard for a college algebra class. Because you'd have to do synthetic division again, but you don't have another factor. So he'd have to either give you one or you'd have to find one.
Yeah, I don't think
he'd do that. Yeah, let's just not confuse everybody.
Okay.
He probably wouldn't give you one. If he gave you one with a less exponent, where you ended with like this,
Mm-hmm.
if this wasn't a 0, if this was like a 4 or something,
Mm-hmm.
What you could do is, that's not a factor anymore,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't 0. And so you take this, and you would just factor this.
Okay.
So that's all you would do. So we could do like 2x squared minus 1x minus 4, but this 4 would be some other number, and then you'd have to factor it again, like a regular factor. You'd either do quadratic equation or you'd do something else.
So you're saying like.
He could ask you to find the factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
He could ask you to do synthetic division.
So you're saying if it was like.
He can ask you for all the factors of the polynomial instead of just one.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd give you one and say, is this a factor? Determine whether it is or isn't, and then find all factors of the polynomial, which would mean just factoring what you have left
Mm-hmm.
by regular means, either quadratic equation or just from the.
And then, so that would mean like.
That would mean that would have to be not 0, because if it
that
is
would
0.
have to be a not 0,
Yeah.
and then so it'd be like 2 times 2, and then something. So like.
Yeah,
Just
it would have a number here. You would add them together, and then you'd factor it like normal, probably with quadratic equation.
So you would add theoretical 2 into 4,
Yeah.
and then you'd have -2, and then you'd factor it out.
Yes.
Okay, and then what would you do with the?
And then you just write the factors down. With the original,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a factor, so it doesn't matter.
So would I write this out and then do synthetic division or factor it out?
You would factor it out if it's not, since
Mhm.
it's not cubed, because you only need to do synthetic division if it's cubed or higher, because it's just squared, you can just quadratic it.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know how to do the steps, it just determines. He could ask you that.
Okay.
I had a guy come in earlier, and that one of the homework problems was he had to find all the factors of it.
But who did he have as his professor?
I don't know. Who's your professor?
Evil Sizer.
Evil Sizer? I don't know what that
Everybody
means.
makes that face, yeah. That's his name.
Oh, like his actual name?
Yeah, Justin Evil Sizer. That's his name.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So, that's really the only, like,
So you don't really have any questions you just want to like go over?
yeah, I want to make sure that, like, every single one of my face is covered, and I do super good.
When's the test?
Friday.
Okay. And this is a sample test he gave you?
This is just the practice test, and he said, like,
For chapter 6. Now, or
chapter
5.
5.
Is the test only over chapter 5?
But, like, it's over chapter 5, but we only went up to 5.6, and there's, like, 5.8.
Okay.
So it's not over the entire thing. But he said this is mainly what the test is going to be on, and then with that, there aren't going to be, there aren't even any questions. Shit. I didn't write the board had numbers on it. I think
That would have been important.
there's some other stuff that I did. I think it was. Shit.
Well, let's just go over what we know is going to be on the test. Okay.
I think I know. I'm pretty sure it was. It was 1 through 5, 7 through 12, and then 20 and 22 of this.
Oh.
I'm
One-
gonna text my friend.
1 through 5, not 6. Did you do 6? No. 1 through 5, not 6. 7 through 12, and 21 and 22. Well, 21. Are you sure it's not 20 and 21?
Yeah, it is 20 and 21.
Okay. So 20 and 21 for the following rational functions, find the intercepts and horizontal and vertical asymptotes in SketchUp. Let's do that, since that's the only one you haven't done yet.
I don't know why I have to write that down. I always remember to write that down.
It's okay.
Okay.
Just go through it.
Okay. And then that's just find the intercepts. Okay. So that would be.
So how would you find the x-intercept? What's the process?
That doesn't look like a number. Crap. Okay. So that's -4/3 for y. And then for x,
How did you get negative 1/3?
because when you make everything 0, those are the only numbers left.
Cool.
And then you need to remember. Okay, so when you're finding the x-intercepts, you make the top equal to 0, so the x-intercepts are -4, I believe. And then when you're finding the vertical intercepts,
Asymptote?
yeah, vertical asymptote, you factor it out. Because you set it equal to 0, and so that would be -3 and +1, so that would be 1 and, no, that'd be -1 and +3 for the asymptote, and then vertical. And for the horizontal,
You can just write VA and HA.
the bottom is more than the top, so I think there is no horizontal when that happens.
The bottom or the
And it
top is bigger than the bottom. It's 0. Top is smaller than the bottom. It doesn't exist. And if they're equal, it's leading coefficients.
so there's none.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Can you use graphing calculators on this?
Yeah.
And you can check yourself with that. You just input the equation into the graph and you can check and see if your asymptotes and intercepts are right.
I think she has it. Oh, she took a picture of all of the things. That's great. Okay. Yeah. So it's 1 through 5, 7 through 13, 20, 21.
So 13, that's all.
Yes.
So let's go back and do 13 too.
Okay. We can do this really fast. Okay. And then
Have you been to his office? And I talked to
went
him?
to his office.
Okay. He
He's
said no.
good at being a professor. He's not good at being a teacher. Does that make sense? He
Yes.
can
He's
process the
better
information.
and big. He can process the information.
He can tell you the information in a way to where it's better for you to digest, but he does not help you like, does that make sense?
I
Like,
get what
a
you're
teacher
saying.
in high school, they're gonna break it down and show you how to do it, and he's gonna be like, you just do it that way.
Okay.
So,
I get you.
So, in my mind, doesn't need that. Okay, so there's -1, and then there's 3, and there's none horizontal, and the x-intercept is -4. Okay. Okay, I put -1 and -2, so you know that's not a thing. And so -4 is it, and then y is -4/3. It's -4/3 in a decimal.
1.3.
1.3.
3.
Okay, so we're just gonna put that
Well,
like
negative
right here.
1.333. Negative 1.333.
Okay.
There you go. I'm just gonna keep saying that until you change it.
Okay, so it's down here.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the whole point is to not cross the things, it's crossing the things.
So, probably. Vertical asymptote is your vertical asymptote should be, there are 2 vertical asymptotes. That's interesting. It might be something like, could be something like, so you can have something like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have this, and then this.
Yikes. But how do
But you would have another,
But then you have to plug in numbers in the original equation to find, right?
here, let me get my graphing calculator.
Okay.
You beat me to it. I said you beat me to it. And then there it is.
It's kind of like the commercial, no, for Skittles. No, is it? No, that's Gek. It's something. No, there's the old guy and he's like, you gotta be quicker than that.
Oh,
Yeah. That was really random, but, okay. So.
gotta put parentheses on that part there.
Okay.
Holy mother, yeah. Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So it looks like you got a vertical asymptote at -1 and 3. That's right.
Uh-huh.
That's right. x-intercept there. Yeah, it's all right. It'd be a weird graph to just draw.
The thing is, I think it does it all with one thing. It doesn't disconnect them. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't like intercepts and asymptotes.
so it's kind of, I guess what it's doing is it has the, oh, I see it now. It has the asymptotes on it. So like that's the intercept, asymptote, intercept, asymptote, intercept.
Yeah, but there's no intercept there. It just doesn't ever reach 0. It just like goes to infinity.
But this is the thing, right? Like right here.
That's a curve.
Yeah, like like the thing you did going in that direction.
Yeah.
It's in this direction.
Yes. And this doesn't go up. This goes like a U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this goes up, yes. Well, that's a graph. But yes, it looks, if you did it on another graph, it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Cool.
And so there's that, and then, oh my god, I just remember this is recording, and you're gonna have random strangers listening to my
I'm the only person
Geico flashback.
The only person who will listen to this is my teacher
Okay.
and my classmate.
Okay. Okay, 13. Rational zero theorem. Okay. I know this.
Use rational zero theorem to help you find the zeros of the polynomial function.
And I like this one because that way it's only rational zeros. So if there are any irrational zeros, you just don't care about them. That's the thing, like irrational zeros, right?
I mean, technically, but no one likes those. You also have imaginary zeros. But no one ever cares about that.
Okay. I'm just excited, like, if I do good on this, hopefully I can make it like a solid B, A in this class.
You can make an A in this class. You understand this really well.
We'll see. I have testing anxiety, so we'll see if, like,
It's okay.
what I know now actually translates to my freak brain.
I mean, if you want, after your test, you can come back and we'll go over it and we'll see.
No, that's even worse.
Why?
Because you have to go like, you have to just if you think you did good, you just gotta let yourself.
No, like once you get your answers back.
Okay, no, but no.
Okay. That's up to you.
He goes over the test after you do them anyway, so he
Mhm.
explains what you did wrong. But like, if I do good, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I missed those two. I'm not gonna go in depth about how I screwed up. I'm just gonna let it be that. Okay, my person taught me this trick.
Your person?
My tutor person. Her name is Samantha.
Oh, do you have like a private tutor?
No, she's just the person who, like, out of everybody here, the way she tutors me really, like, sticks in my brain.
Oh.
So she's my tutor person. Okay, and so hopefully this will give us all the zeros, but we have to factor out that. So 1 times 9, 3 times 3, and that's it.
So what trick did you use? You entered it into a table?
Mm-hmm. So the zeros are. The zeros are -1,
Mm-hmm.
-3. Let's see. There are only 3 zeros. 1.5. Those are all those grades. Yeah. Good.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's right. What number is it? 13. Okay, so it says -3,
You got
-1, and then wait, number 3 or 3 divided by 2. It's
So
like
1.5.
Yeah.
Looks like you understand this whole test pretty well.
I hope so. I really.
I mean, you do. You did this whole thing really easily. So you understand the questions and what they're asking, but you're afraid of when you get to the test you won't remember anything?
It's not that. It's like, I'm so used to I don't know, I overthink. So if I
Okay.
see something that I don't understand, I could go with what I know, but then I overthink and it all turns into crazy.
Okay. What happens if you see something that you think is too easy? Does that freak you out too? You're like, that seems really easy.
I hate tests. I hate tests. I have test anxiety, and then I have like school anxiety. I guess it's just a stress thing. Like I don't know how to manage it, especially in high school. It was really bad because I had engineering, and that's not a thing. But yeah, I'm not good with tests, and 2 of my classes are purely test based. So. And those
So
are
how
really
do
easy.
you manage your test anxiety?
I just take the test and then I go home.
But like during the test, what do you do? Like if you find a question on a test that like as soon as you read it you're like, that seems weird.
Honestly,
what do you do?
because I was so mad. There's one question, and it was only once in the entire book. Like it was only one question once in the entire book.
Mm-hmm. And he put it on the test.
He put it on the test, and that was the one thing I forgot to like review.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so easy, and I knew it. Like I knew the answer. I'd never gone over it, but I understood what it was asking. But I overthought, and I got it wrong. Because I was like, it has to be hard.
Do you find yourself like wasting time on a test by just like looking at it and not knowing what to do?
No.
Okay. So you're good at like managing your time?
Oh yeah, because I like okay, well, I don't know how to do this, so then I like move on, and then I go back to the ones that I don't understand, and then if I don't understand, I turn in the test and then go home and take a nap. So like, I don't know.
I mean, that seems perfectly normal.
Yeah.
And almost everybody I know does the same thing. That sounds like a good test taker.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's not that I'm bad at like managing tests. I just don't like tests.
Well, not liking tests is different.
Well, like
you're good at tests.
I'm not good at tests.
You're good at tests. You just don't like them because they stress you out.
I'm not good at tests because like I don't know. Because I feel like teachers a lot of the times they teach different than they test.
Okay.
So when it comes to the test, they ask this in like ways that you've never seen before, and then you're like, oh my god, what do I do?
A good way to do that is studying their previous tests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're pretty right.
Because all their tests will be the same style. So if you had one in like early in the semester, best thing to do is look at your old test because those are the exact same types of questions he'll ask, just with different themes. He'll word them the same way because all teachers do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
We're about out of time.
13. Are we?
Yeah, it's already 1:58.
Okay, and then I have to go see my professor for macro.
Macroeconomics.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
That's a fun time. He's also one of my test people that I don't enjoy. Because he knew he kind of messed up because he taught us way different than he made the test. So come test time, like everybody failed. So he just curved our grades and added like 8 points.
Wow.
I think it was 10, I'm not sure.
That's a big curve.
Yeah. So I made a 67 and ended up making an
77.
A1. Because there's some questions that were wrong too.
Wow.
basically horizontal asymptote is 1. The vertical asymptote is the top right.
What does it do?
No, the vertical asymptote is the bottom. The x-intercepts is the
There you
top.
go.
Okay.
Factor the bottom for the vertical asymptote.
Okay.
Remember you just did it.
So that's gonna be, of course, that's gonna be plus or minus 2, and then.
I used to always forget the plus and minus. I always put 2.
I haven't done that for a really long time, actually. So like.
Good on you.
Yeah. And then the x-intercept, y-intercept. Tell me to stop when like our time is up, so I don't annoy you.
It's okay.
And then the
I'll let you know.
x-intercepts are gonna be. That's gonna be -3 plus 1. So the x-intercepts are gonna be 3 and -1, and then the y-intercepts are gonna be 3 plus. Yeah.
There you go.
And then you just go.
Easy peasy. I think you're about as ready as you can be for this test.
Huh?
You look very comfortable.
For the first time, I feel really comfortable, so I'm really happy about that.
Good. Well, I wish you luck on the test.